Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Reality Is, where words do come to life. Well, there was a case um, that was a cop who shot Laquan McDonald in the back 16 times. And the headline reads, Former CBD cop Jason Van Dyke convicted in Laquan McDonald's death shooting will get early release. Van Dyke, now in his mid-40s, has been in custody since his conviction in October 2018 on aggravated battery and second-degree murder charges for shooting death of Laquan McDonald in 2014. Shot the black teen 16 times. Video of the shooting from a police dashboard camera released more than a year later was a key piece of evidence in the trial and inflamed public reaction across the country. Van Dyke was found guilty of second-degree murder and 16 counts of aggravated battery, one count for each shot that hit McDonald. I read that portion of the article for a reason. Here is an individual who held a badge that says that he was sworn to uphold the law. He was to serve and protect. And instead of serving and protecting, he took life from an individual who was walking away and not shoot him once, but 16 times. And they made that second degree murder. That's the first thing I have a problem with. Now, here we are. Van Dyke was sentenced to 6 years and 9 months in prison. So he'll be serving about half his sentence after receiving credit for good behavior. Here is my second problem with that. If he was black, when he would have been sentenced, even as a cop, he would have gotten more than 6 years. There are people in jail for minor possession of drugs that got more time than this. There was an article of a woman that got at least 20 years for changing her address so her son can go to a better school. And you know what color she was? She was black. She was black. So again, you all constantly saying justice is fair. This is the land of the free. We got constitutional laws. We got human rights. Where is this coming in at? What rights? What laws are you all following? It's the law of the white man versus the black man. That is the law. That's the law. Period. You have a bunch of black and brown inmates in jail for 20 plus years for one bullet. One. And here is 16 bullets, and he gets 6 years. 6 years and 9 months. And then you allow him to get out early release for good behavior. There's plenty of others across these United States, across every state, across every city that has been in there on good behavior, and they asses are still sitting inside those walls. But here it is again, another white man, and he gets to go home. And the sentence that he received was a slap on the wrist. The boy was walking away. Video showed he was walking away. You went above and beyond to take a life that was not his for him to take. 16 shots. That's an intent to kill. Intent to kill. But here we go again. A set of rules for the white folks, a set of rules for the black folks. And then I knew it was sneaky. I told my friend the day that they found him guilty, and when they said that they were sentenced later and it would not be known what the sentence was going to be, wasn't nobody going to be in there, I already knew he was going to get a slap on the wrist. See, let me say this, and y'all can take offense if you want to or not. This system is screwed up. It's so screwed up, it's ridiculous. We have private attorneys that don't care about the rights of the client. We got public defenders that's overworked, so they really don't care. Their job is to make sure that you plea bargain and they can get off the case and move on with something else. You go to jail, they free to work on somebody else and set them up to do the same thing. We have the state's attorney's office who is supposed to present all the evidence needed so people can make an accurate decision and judgment. But that's not the case. That's not the case whatsoever. Then we have the white judges. 90% of our court system is built on white judges. Where's the diversity in that? So we're already at a disadvantage. You know why? Because y'all gonna make sure you look out for your own. I'm gonna go back. You're gonna get tired. Kyle Rittenhouse is the proof. Kyle Rittenhouse is the proof. And that fool who killed Trayvon Martin, the judge, the jury, that's the proof too. Breonna Taylor's case is the proof because the black state's attorney, he ain't black, he a sellout. And instead of y'all doing y'all jobs, y'all kiss asses and make a deal up under the table for your people. But you want to keep ours locked up forever and a day. There's a lot of individuals that is in Statesville and Cook County have been in there on good behavior, and they're still sitting in there. There's a lot of individuals that put in for early release because of medical conditions, and they're still sitting in there, and they was denied to go home. So who was the judge? Who was the state's attorney? Who signed off on this to say that it was okay for him to go home for early release and to only spend half his time in there? I don't give a damn how old he is. He could be 62. I don't care. I don't. And if Kim Foxx's office is a part of this madness, you are just as accountable. I'm going to tell you right now, get all your state's attorneys together and y'all go to all them individuals that y'all have sitting in themselves. They've been sitting in there for 3 years or more. And then he can get out on good behavior and y'all can't find a way to close no case and get your discovery and get people out of there, but y'all can find a way to let him go home and he shot somebody 16 times. Help that make sense. Please help that to make sense to me. Grace Memorial Baptist Church pastor Reverend Marvin Hunter McDonald's uncle said he was notified Friday of Van Dyke's pending release. It's a shame that Jason Van Dyke has a date that he can be paroled and free from his past to a certain degree, and Laquan McDonald can never have another birthday, Hunter said. And nobody looks at that. But y'all sitting in these seats, y'all playing Russian roulette with these individual lives. And then you don't want nobody to say nothing. You don't want nobody to give y'all no feedback. You don't want nobody to do nothing. And y'all think this sugar honey iced tea is supposed to be okay. And it's not. So the accountability resides in the state's attorney's office. The accountability resides on the judge. And the accountability resides on our commissioners, our Cook County Board President, and most of all, our governor. And election time is here. My prayer is that Mr. Van Dyke comes out a different man than when he went in. I doubt it. He beat the system. No, he didn't beat the system. The system gave him a good break. They looked out for his best interest. They understood that he had a family that he needed to get back to. So they understood that he was serving, protecting his city. That's what they understand that. His position. They understand that. So we need to make sure that we're not too hard on him. We're going to make sure that we keep ours safe. We're going to make sure that we give ours minimal time. We're going to make sure that ours get to go home even if they on video and they did the crime. And it shows what they did and how they acted out of character and how they broke all the laws, the rules, and the regulations, even if it shows all of this. So the state's attorney is going to be in with it. The judge is going to be in with it. And he gets to, and the parole board, oh yeah, you know, he's a white cop. Let him go home. Now, if he was a black cop, he would have got at least 30 years. And when he would have went up for parole, they would have been denied. He wouldn't even got no early release for good behavior. This is some bull. It is. William Calloway, the activist who was instrumental in getting the dash cam video of the shooting released, said the former cop should remain behind bars 16 times. Ain't no way in the hell y'all can pay for that. You can't fix it. You can't change it. It's done. Once you take a life, you can't recover it. You can't revive it. And for you all to give him 6 years is an embarrassment to your seat. It's an embarrassment to your oath of office. And you are an embarrassment too. The federal government has the legal authority. U.S. Attorney John Lodge has the legal authority, and he has the moral obligation to file federal civil rights charges on Jason Van Dyke, Calloway said. Van Dyke has spent the last 3+ years in multiple out-of-state prison and at one point was assaulted while in general population of a facility in Connecticut. So, you know how many inmates are assaulted inside a prison? So should he get kudos? Did y'all get R. Kelly kudos when he got assaulted inside his jail? No. Did you have any sympathy? Hell no. Did you listen to his attorneys to plead to let him go home? Hell no, you didn't. So why should it be any different? But the difference is the color of the skin. This is so obvious. His attorney, Jennifer Black, who worked on his appeal, said she doesn't know exactly where he'll be released from next month. He is currently in an out-of-state facility in protective custody. He wants to have a quiet life, Black said. Well, I can say that Jason doesn't want to be on the media. He doesn't want to have anybody cover him. I don't think, and I can't speak for Jason, but I know what kind of person he is. I think he just wants to live his life. Who the hell don't want to live their life? It's a bunch of inmates in there want to live their life, but do they get the opportunity? See, this is where the rubber meets the road. That resentencing project Kim Fox got going, you need to work hard, and somebody else needs to step into the plate to make sure that y'all look into these files. These cases that you're holding where people are just sitting in county jail, y'all asking need to do something about it. Right here is the proof. It don't take y'all that long to do anything. It don't. It don't take y'all that long to figure out that somebody's on good behavior. It don't. The system is screwed up totally from the rooter to the tutor. And all the way from the White House all the way down. All of y'all are accountable. Every mayor, every governor, every state representative, the president, the vice president, every Democratic, every Republican, every state representative, every judge, every public defender, and every private attorney, and every commissioner. Nobody is off the hook for the crap that we're listening to as of late. And now I understand. I get it why we're sitting in the midst of this pandemic because of stuff like this. And afterward, he'll spend at least 2 years on parole, and he will have to check in with a parole officer on a regular basis while remaining in the Chicago area. Messages left for the U.S. Attorney's Office were not returned. Calloway is now calling on the transit unions to have CTA service later this month in an effort to pressure the feds to file charges. I'm not understanding. I'm not understanding. How is this so? Explain to me, how is this so? There are plenty of individuals that have put in for early release for legitimate reasons because of health, and they were denied. People that have been in there already 20 plus years on the Accountability Act. A mother is still fighting for her child. He got hurt in there, can no longer have kids inside those walls. She has another son that's in Will County, just being held. That's it. A diabetic, not being treated correctly. There's one that's in Cook County Jail, been sitting there for 3 years. Has it been to trial? None of that. Kyle Rittenhouse went to trial less than a year. Jason Van Dyke went to trial, got 6 years, 9 months, served half of his time, he out, and he wants to live his life. Y'all didn't snatch, you didn't stole, you didn't kidnap other black and brown lives, and they're still sitting on there waiting for their opportunity to get out, and y'all won't even hear nothing they have to say. But yet and still, the white man gets to walk again. And y'all call this the land of the free? The land of opportunity, the land of fairness, the land of justice, the land of balance, the land of transparency, the land of honesty, the land where we follow the laws to the T, the land of no discrimination, no racism exists. That's a bunch of bull. Racism, outright. Discrimination at its finest, 16 times. 16 in the back, walking away. He got 6 years and 9 months, and he wants to live his life. How dare you all? How dare you? Priska, you running for office. I hold you just as much accountable. The blood is on all of y'all hands. Kim Fox too. Nobody escapes this. Nobody. Nobody escapes this. The blood is on all of y'all hands. Y'all better start releasing folks for good behavior. You better close the books and let those individuals out that's been sitting there like yesterday. And Kim Fox, if your office can't get it together, then it's time to replace you too. You don't have no more free cards. None. You don't have no more conversation to share. You don't have nothing else to say, because you're responsible for your office. The chief judge is responsible for his. There is no balance. There is no fairness. Ain't none of that. This system stinks. And you all are a disgrace to your oath of office. And private attorneys that's sucking families out their money, y'all not know better. Public defenders who push those who don't know no better to plea bargain, y'all not any better. You're not. Y'all don't want to fix this problem. You like it. You know why? Because there's money on every inmate's head. So y'all got the 1.5 billion. Where the hell is the money going? Mistreatment, dehumanization, wrongful conviction, excessive sentencing for the black and brown. But the white people get bonds and they get to go home on good behavior after caught on video. Go figure. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.